All right, we're going to take a quick look at the student perspective of Clever. I'm sure most of you have already figured out how to do the badges, but when I click here on the Clever icon, I can quickly scan a badge. And it's going to bring me into Clever, where I have the option here to click on any of the programs that I have access to as a student or a teacher. Teachers, remember that you can log in the same way. You just choose the Active Directory option instead, but you have access to all of these programs as well without a password once you've logged in through Clever. Now there's two things that I want to address, or really three things, I guess. I know there's been a lot of use of IXL already, and we're getting ready to start cranking up Learning A to Z in more places. Those both work very differently. So IXL is an example of one that's going to open in a new tab. So if I click on IXL as a student, you'll notice that right up here it's opened a new tab and it's left the Clever portal over here and the Clever login over here. So Clever, or IXL, works a little bit different. It's opening up over here in this. So with IXL, it opens in this other app, which makes it easy for the student just to go back and click on Clever and they can go into another tool. So something like Learning A to Z, when they click on that, it's actually going to open up in the mobile app that's available on the iPad, and we have pushed that out. So when I click on that, it's going to bring me to a page like this, and so the students then have one more click, but they just click this open button. As long as the app is installed, which it'll tell you up there, it's going to pause here for just a second as it's getting ready to sign them in, but then they're ready to go. Now they're actually in the native app that's installed on the iPad instead of the browser at this one. So when they click the back button here, it's going to just take them back to this, which is actually still in the app. If they close out of the app at that point, they can go back into the Safari browser down here, and they'll see this is back where it was before they launched the app. And so now I notice that I've still got IXL open over here, but you notice that this Kids A to Z, this is the tab where the portal used to be. So now, instead of having to scan back in, it's going to remember them. As long as they go and use this back button up here in the corner, it'll take them back into Clever, and they're already signed in. So they're able to click on the next tool that they need. They don't have to go back and get their badge and scan back in. If they want to go back to IXL, obviously in my case that one's still open, but even if I had closed it out, I could click on IXL again or Studies Weekly or anything else, and since I've scanned in once already in this session, I don't have to continue to do that. And so all the other tools right now are opening in the browser, so just go back with that back button up there and I'm good to go. I would suggest that you go ahead and have your students bookmark this or add it to favorites. So when they click on this little box up here that has the square with the arrow pointing out of it, here's where they can add it to favorites or they can add it to bookmarks. I would probably recommend just adding it to bookmarks. When you do, what's nice about that is they can just go up here now and click the bookmark option, and you'll see here I've got the Clever login and the Clever portal. The Clever login will take me back to where I can log in, and the Clever portal will take me back to the portal itself. And since I've signed into these things before, if I click on BrainPop or something else, it should log me right back into BrainPop at this point. So that's a quick explanation of what things are going to look like on the student end, how to set the bookmark for it, how to use the back button to get back and forth between things, and then a little bit about the difference in how Learning A to Z works using the native app that's installed on your device. Hope it comes in handy. Let me know if you have any questions.